So one of the games that I wanted to play, it doesn't have a description for it. It had a lot of comments though about it being really good. So I thought we'd give it a try. I think it's an RPG Maker game from the looks of the intro page. I'm not exactly sure why I downloaded it initially, because there's no screenshots on the page at all. But it's called Narrenschiff. It's like a 1 to 2 hour RPG Maker game, which, well, maybe if you're an RPG Maker Chad would enjoy. It's a little long for like the normal game graveyard, so I thought I'd push it to today and we do that. And there's something else, but let's do that first while I can still read. But yeah, there's like tons of great comments about this, and there's just like nothing on the page. Wait, where is the game? That's not it. Game.exe. Anyways, hi friends. There's no schedule for today. I wasn't sure what I was gonna do. I thought maybe we would have done like White Day, but I didn't want to. White Day is kind of stinko, and I don't want to play it. maybe tomorrow. I gotta disappear 1 second while I realign some stuff. I think that'll do. But yeah, I can't really give you a description of what the game's about. I don't think there's like very little English text available on the page. It says the English version of this game is only downloadable, not play in browser. Game will be about 1.5 to 2 hours long. I will thank to the Odie on YouTube for his tutorial to make this game, and that's all it says. It's German for Ship of Fools. Cool. Let's go. I wish I could tell you more. All disease is only love transformed. I couldn't read who that was attributed to because it went by so quickly. Gone. Content warning. This game contains depictions of mental illness, heavy themes, and mild gore. What are heavy themes? Uses the movement keys. Got it. For the best experience, please refrain from using other keys or the mouse while playing... What? Okay. Music and sound effects are an important part of the game, so please make sure the sound is on. I think so. Cool. Autopsy in progress. Where do you want to examine? Let's do the brain. I've given everything to you. Left only with hair, teeth, a withered brain shrunk to the size of a walnut. Thin as a sheet of paper, folded carefully like a letter, never to be read again. Alright. Heart. Accompanied by a heartbeat, slow as a grandfather clock. You search in vain for... Actually, hold on. Let me see if there's actually a category for this game on the Twitch. I don't think there is, but... Oh my god, there is. There literally is one. 0 followers, though. We'll keep it games in demo. You search in vain for it, the minuscule words hidden within the pulsing capillaries. A birth certificate as ancient as yourself, worn out by the passing of seasons. It does have a Steam page. Is this game on Steam? Hold on. Just enjoy this overhead autopsy while I look. Oh yeah, it is. Wow. So this is like the first chapter of I think it's supposed to be... I don't know if there's any information about what the rest of the game's gonna be. Kidneys. Flocks replaced by flocks. Dust displaced by dust. The industrial wastewater we drank, and the thundering rumble of steel. They metamorphose across the vast expanse of time. This year, I begin yellowing before even the trees. Hey, what's up? Yeah, we got some body parts. Gonna check out that uterus. The tide ebbs, bearing the riverbed. The gate through which you came have closed without a sound. A long, long time after you decided to return here, you suddenly realized only then that they have led nowhere. I love you. Cool. Good. I love you. I love you. Alright, that's a nice start. We have a little goat baby, yeah. How long were you asleep for this time? You can't quite remember. Your head feels heavy and dull, as if the night has fallen in your mind too. It feels like the insides of this gargantuan building have never seen a sunrise, or merely that you fall asleep at daybreak and wake up at nightfall, as if beholden instead to some artificial polar night. For how long have you been shut within this room? 6 weeks? 8 months? 10 years? You have no recollection of anything from before today, as if there were some grand bottomless pit hewn in your memory. Who are you? My name is Wade. Wade Othman, the second-generation immigrant from the Middle East, 171 centimeters tall, health sound, limbs intact. Before I came here, I was an ordinary data entry clerk. I worked at the Environmental Bureau, a governmental agency. Where do you come from? An apartment room flashes into my mind, blurry yet bright. Green sofa, red velvet shaded lamp, worn wallpaper. The place looked like it was straight out of the 50s. Maybe something happened when I was little. Something that preserved that apartment and left it unchanged for 20 years. Where are you going? Back to normal. As I think this, I can almost feel the dim, sodden atmosphere of my town. The bus, rusted and unsteady. The scent of ink on paper alongside the clicking of typewriters. Opening a can of mushrooms for dinner when I get home from work. Such is my drab, precious life. You don't have the strength to think about anything else. Maybe it'd do you some good to get up and walk around before you start rotting on this bed. See what's in this room. Okay, I want to look at the little yellow Among Us on the table. On the desk lies a brand new diary. There's a tiny keyhole on the side. I guess I don't have the key. Accidentally pressed enter. It told me not to press other keys. A few hospital gowns are neatly hung inside the locker, all of them slightly too big for you. There's faint stains on all of them, provoking unsavory thoughts. Wait, you wonder. If this is supposed to be an asylum, then why are you wearing your suit? A small safe with a 4-digit combination lock sits at the very bottom. Enter a passcode. No, I don't have any. $6969. Good guess, good guess. Only the tick-tock of the clock persists, like an echo of someone's footsteps forever pacing back and forth over the same spot. The missing clock hands turn the hours into a riddle. Inside this dark, narrow room, time seems to have been imprisoned. Do I have an inventory? I don't have anything in it. I'll check the bathroom. This asylum was built before the war, and so still uses an old-fashioned type of squatting toilet that you now only find in buildings constructed during the last century. You don't want to investigate this too closely. Yeah, flush it. A tiny key falls from the water tank. Take the key? Yeah, sure, why not? The sink is full of cracks and stains and drains very slowly. It must be all the hair clogging up the pipes over the years, no one taking care to clean them out. Hot water is scarce in this building. It always takes a great amount of courage to shower when it's cold out. To use an item, stand in front of the object you want to interact with, press X to open the menu, and choose an item from the item category. Okay. Small key. Using the small key that fell out of the water tank, you open the diary. The diary page is blank. The diary is blank, but a page has been torn off. Flipping through it, you find nothing but a crinkled receipt pressed between the pages. It's from an Italian restaurant with a rather familiar name. Pasta Bolognese. 12 zb. 12. Orange juice. 3.5. And it's from December 22nd, 1986. You seem to recall the last thing that happened before you came into this building. You had one last lunch at a restaurant close to your workplace. Someone requested a happy birthday song for a little girl at the neighboring table. Then you suddenly remembered that it was your 33rd birthday as well. 33 years old. Perhaps you should go to the bathroom and look at yourself in the mirror. See how many more traces has left time on your body since that distant memory. Let's do that. That sounds fun. This sink is full of cracks and stains and drains very slowly. Look into the mirror. Yeah! Looking pretty good, I'd say. A tired, neurotic face appears in the mirror. Although many small wrinkles have started to creep over it, it does appear to be the face of a man in his early 30s. You can't help but touch your own angular face. Feel its sharp angles, as if it were the most alien thing to you in the world. While scrutinizing your own reflection, you realize there seems to be something written on the mirror. Breathe onto the glass. 4 numbers appear on the glass. 0908. You're not sure why, but this particular string of numbers feels familiar to you. Okay. Oh, wait. Where was this used? Oh, the safe in. Yeah. 0908. The safe opens. Inside is a page torn from a diary, covered in handwriting, but crooked, but unmistakably your own. The door is already open. All those who can leave have left. What does it mean? Could it be that you can finally go home? Okay, I'll just leave. I'm out of the room. Is this really reality, or am I dreaming about freedom again, falling deeper into delusion? An onset of psychosis? You don't want to look back, too afraid of seeing your other self, close to death, lying on the bed. The door to room 302 does not open. You feel as though the person who lived there was very important to you. Hold on a second. I gotta move this fucking elf because it's behind the game, and like periodically it'll flicker through the game. It keeps jump scaring me. Okay. Oh. Good thing I just saved, huh? You feel as though the person who lived there was very important to you. You remember that. It was a young man, but his name and face escape you just now. Whoa, God, what kind of terrible thing happened here? Was someone attacked? Where is everybody? Your head reels as you take in the large pool of dried blood. I want the hammer. There's a bloody hammer on the ground. You think it's to blame for the scene before you. Yeah, pick it up. Got the bloody hammer. A safe is hidden under the bed. Maybe I can figure out the passcode if I learn more about the person who lived here. Okay. There's a little Among Us here. On the cupboard is a battered diary stained with grease. Read it. I haven't done anything wrong. Why do this to me? I haven't done anything wrong. Why do this to me? I haven't done anything wrong. Why do this to me? I haven't done anything wrong. Why do this to me? This sentence is scrawled on every inch of every page, filling the whole diary cover to cover. It doesn't look like I can equip it. I'm sure it's got great stats. Toilet is full of feces. Gross. I'll flush it. Goodbye. I don't want the poop killer to get me. Oh yeah. Nope. I don't got anything yet. I don't feel like that gives me info to open the thing. Open the locker. There's nothing in here. Huh. I can't look at their mirror either. Maybe it's just something I can't do right now. 204. The room is clean and orderly. It doesn't seem like anyone's used it before. The locker is locked, and the lock is rusted due to disuse. If there's something that could be used to lubricate it, perhaps the lock can be picked with something small. Alright, we gotta lube it up. The edge of the sink is coated with rust, and the tap does not fasten properly. Black grease drips slowly into the sink, reeking of sewage. Perhaps this is why the room was left uninhabited. It's still pitch dark outside, without a single shimmer of light. You won't be able to see your own fingers if you reach out your hand. Hey, what's up? The room's empty. Everyone's really gone. What in the world happened while I was asleep? Lube? Oh, it's an empty milk bottle, giving off a faintly sour odor. Yeah, I'll take it. You've acquired an empty milk bottle. On the ground lies a diary with many pages torn off. Part 1, date unknown. This isn't the first time I've been admitted to the asylum by the university for my bipolar disorder, but this time seems a little different from all the ones before. Everyone's kept locked in their own rooms, supposedly out of concern for everyone's safety. None of us are allowed to go outside or even interact with each other. At least the asylum tries to keep us pacified. They try to meet every one of our demands that aren't harmful to us or them, or unreasonably difficult to do. The room is quite spacious, really, and the edges of the furniture are all modified to keep us from hurting ourselves. I'm only allowed to use a soft-tip pen to write in this diary, and while the food isn't exactly delicious, it's at least very healthy. The caretakers attend to everything from our food to our laundry and medication. This all feels unreal, like I'm living in some sort of large, soft bubble. Part 2, date unknown. I've only been here 3 weeks, but I've already finished every one of Dostoevsky's books that I could get my hands on. I've gotten used to living here. I take my medication on time and do as I'm told. It's rather nice for someone like me. I've also grown contented with staying in my room, spending entire days reading and writing on the desk. But it seems that the time for the bubble to burst is upon us. No one lives in the room next to me, so the screaming must have come from room 303. They just started happening last week and have carried on since. The screaming would last for half an hour usually. Then a caretaker would barge in, followed by the sounds of a sudden deathly silence. Part 3. Tonight, the patient in room 303 spent the whole night shouting. He screamed, "My name is Paul Young. Born in 1957? What have I ever done to deserve this? Please help." 1957. I wish I had a notebook of some kind, but oh well. "I don't want to disappear because of nothing." He repeated it over and over the entire night. No one came for him. It was bone-chilling. Something serious must have happened last night because the whole hallway was in an uproar. Paul in room 303 did not make a single sound. Now my initial optimism's worn off. I realize that every single detail about this place is unsettling. If they're going to be coming for me, I'm not giving up without a fight. The diary ends here. 1957! Actually, we're in like the 20... Are we in... Maybe not. That might be a 3. I might be dumb. Is this 3? The safe is empty. No way. It looks like there's a paper clip in the corner. All right, we got our lock-picking utensil. Now, I just need some lube. Where's the lube at? The bathroom door is bordered with thick wooden planks. You cannot remove them with your bare hands. I can't tell if the planks are meant to keep people from going in or to keep something from getting out. Well, let's find out. The hammer doesn't work? No? Okay. Don't understand what the lube's for. To lube it up! The door to the 3rd floor west wing is locked. I knew it wouldn't be this easy. Okay. Should I have found the lube already? Black grease. Perhaps this is why. Okay. Collect a bit of black grease using the empty milk bottle. Okay, got it. Let's lube it up. You lubricated the keyhole. Yeah. You open the locker. There's a crowbar in the locker. Wait, why is something so dangerous hidden away in a patient's room? You acquired the crowbar. Oops. You use the crowbar to remove the wooden planks. A faint, indescribable stench of gore and decay wafts out from the bathroom. You can hardly tear your gaze away from the towering statue. Cool. The statue is gray-white in color, hard to the touch, with a texture like the inside of a clamshell. I have no idea how something like this could have ended up in the asylum. When you look more closely, you see that there's something stuck to the side of the statue. I should get closer to it. How can I dislodge it? I want to hit it with a hammer! My crowbar broke, I guess. A shiny object is stuck to the middle of the statue. Use the hammer to carefully knock it off. Ah! The surface of the statue cracks slightly, revealing a small opening. A stench wafts out, as if something inside is quietly rotting away. You've acquired the key to the 3rd floor west wing. The statue makes me feel anxious. I don't want to touch it any more than I have to. Kind of want to look in the hole. Okay, so I can use my key that I just got. Oh my god, that was so loud. Sorry, gang. The door seems to be broken here. Dr. Alba? Is that how you would say that? Why are you here? Is there a wound in your belly? Were you stabbed? You're the man from room 301. Why are you still here? You should have left when you had the chance, if you wanted to live. What do you mean? Listen, I need you to calm down. Listen to me. Fuck, it hurts. Let me call an ambulance. Wait, listen to me. Something happened downstairs. A lot of people were infected. That thing is running up here as we speak. What thing? Listen, you can't use the telephone downstairs anymore. Go to the storage room on the roof. There's a wireless phone there. The key is in the 3rd floor office. 1st room on the upper left of the lobby. Tell them the plan has failed. Send people over as soon as possible to deal with it. What plan has failed? Oh, the man's gaze is empty. He does not answer. He briefly falls silent from the pain, but all of a sudden starts to whisper rapidly to himself. I shouldn't have trusted him. He's a lunatic, a narcissist, an arrogant egomaniac, a genius, and a total utter fool. He has to meet his end here, like all of us, like me. We all need to go down with this ship, sink quietly in the storm. His eyes are shut tight behind the glasses, and he does not say anything. He seems to have passed out from the pain. Maybe he's already dead. Oh, well, guess we're not getting any other answers. The portraits are really nice. It's surprising to see, like, original artwork in an RPG Maker game. It looks unique, I would say, for an RPG Maker game. For sure. Oh, I'm just a little man. Mom? Mommy, why are you home so early today? Mommy, are you okay? Wait, you're back already. How come I didn't hear you opening the door? Weakly, she wipes the sweat from her forehead, but she does not look at you. Did anything happen at school today, my dear? I'm gonna tell her about my classmates. Nothing special, Mommy. I've been going to primary school for 3 months. I'm still trying my best to make friends. Nobody wants to talk to me, except for Leah. Leah is the girl with the hair even shorter than mine. She looks really mean, but she's the only one who is actually nice to me. Mommy, are you listening to me? Sorry, I'm listening. So, school's been alright. I'm too tired, I'm sorry. I just asked for a few hours leave from the factory so I can get home and make some dinner for you. It's because Laura got ill. Do you remember her? The Polish lady with red hair. I have to work overtime tonight to fill in for her. So I won't get to see Mommy tonight? Mommy doesn't want to go either. Mommy's so tired, so in need of rest. Mommy? Sorry, let's not talk about this anymore. I have to finish making dinner. There's still yogurt in the fridge. Go have some. I'll always love you, Wade. I'm gonna get some yogurt. I hope it's Go-Gurts. There are a few bottles of yogurt in the corner of the fridge. Drink one? Sure. You drink the yogurt. The chilly sweetness temporarily eases your sadness towards the fact that mommy won't be home tonight. You can't see what's on the kitchen countertop no matter how hard you try to stand on your tiptoes. Yeah, look at this dude. He's like a foot tall. What was that? Some kind of vivid flashback? A dream? Or have I gone completely mad? The only way to know for sure is to re-enter that strange room. Mom? You close the door by accident. A key is needed to reopen it. Huh. I thought I heard strange whispers, but the room's empty. Could there still be people around? A few yellow plastic folders lie on the desk, possibly patients' medical records. There are also some application forms for medicine and medical equipment. A tattered examination table. The leather edges are so worn that the filling is visible through the cracks. A computer. Yeah! I'm gonna read some emails! The wash basin in room 304. It's been almost 3 months since the wash basin in room 304 started leaking grease. The repairman who came last time didn't patch up the pipes properly. You better call up another repair company right now. I must see it fixed within 1 week. Henry Willer. Diazepam shortage. Recently, the hospital has been short on some common drugs. We're running especially low on diazepam right now, with the stock almost depleted. Relevant departments are advised to make purchases from a neighboring city ASAP. Should the purchase fail, another sedative will be used in place for the time being. Satoru Aoba. Encrypted, room 302. No authorization. Medication records. No authorization. To the Garden of Forking Paths. What's this? Looks like someone wrote a novel on the computer. The cradle stood in silence. Wait. The cradle stood still in the silence of the room. All was set in a gel-like substance except for the slowly growing, darkening shapes cast on the floor by the slanted rays of the setting sun. As if peering at a praying ant encased in a drop of amber, holding the same form and stance going back billions of years. The infant in the cradle was not asleep. It gazed at the empty ceiling with wide, vacant eyes, like a plastic toy crudely made and abandoned. It was a girl. Recalling her past, the girl would say that her childhood was made of blizzards, power lines, white, towering collective housing apartments, and the sound of gunshots somewhere far away. The roads were often littered with animal carcasses left behind by wolves, the curves of the rib cage opening up to the sky like a window. She rarely thinks of her parents because, they were cold to her. Her parents didn't care much for her because she was the only one of their many children. Growing up in a big family, she learned to read expressions from a young age, catching on to commands from her parents and older sisters, voluntarily taking all the chores. Her biggest dream was to leave this backward town, not backyard. 2 paths lay ahead of her. When she left home in her teens, she would enroll in high school or start a relationship. We're going to enroll in high school. Through hard work, she was able to enroll in a reputable high school, an all-girls school. There was a plethora of cumbersome rules at the school, but to her, everything seemed novel and liberating in comparison to her suffocating home life. After that, she would fall in love with a woman. She realized that she was a homosexual. In that era, homosexuality was still a highly controversial issue. After making love to a classmate at school multiple times clandestinely, her secret was discovered by the administration. The punishment was exceedingly harsh. They were both expelled and sent to a local correctional facility infamous for their use of electroshock therapy. It was the 9th of November. Huh. The sign on the door reads 3F changing rooms. This guy named Wade woke up in an asylum and there's weird stuff going on. There was a dead guy and everyone's left except for him. Poopies! There's a shiny metal object at the bottom of the toilet bowl. Fish the object out? Yes, with reluctance. Heaving a sigh, you reach into the icy toilet water. I hope this is the last time in my life that I'll have to do something like this. You required a fish hook! Yo! We're going fishing! No skippity! A stream of water drips down the urinal. The flush is probably broken. A small crowbar lies in it, possibly left behind by a repair crew. I'll take the small toilet crowbar, I guess. I don't know what happened to my other one. I guess they're single use. A clean basin with a bar of soap placed atop. Wash your hands? Sure. You wash your hands meticulously with the soap. It doesn't help much, but the anxiety from your mild germophobia is eased a bit after you cleaned your hands of the grime and filth that you just handled. I should probably check the other stuff, too. Nothing in the waste baskets. I keep forgetting to check the door names. In the claustrophobic room, there's only the buzz of ventilators and the odor of moldy fabric. This looks like the caretaker's dormitory. I thought the living condition is bad enough for patients, but the caretakers have it even worse. I wonder if any of this is protected under labor laws. On the desk lies a locked diary. There's a tiny keyhole on the side, similar to the one I have. Oh, I thought he meant a key. The bunk beds look battered from use, with paint peeling off in many places, exposing the iron frame within. The joints creak with the slightest of touch. The sheets and covers on the bed are folded with meticulous care. Practical books are placed on the desk, such as A Caretaker's Handbook, General Nursing, Theories and Practices of Evidence-Based Nursing, and a conspicuous booklet hidden in between, wrapped in a black cover. I thought it might be something important, but turns out it's just porn. That's probably for a puzzle. We should take it. The sign next to the door reads Dormitory 3-2. Can you check all these? The sign reads Caretaker's Dormitory. Dromedary 3-2. Oh, shirt. An undershirt left by a caretaker. Upon closer examination, a hidden pocket is sewn into its lining. Alright. Can we do anything about that? No? On the desk sits a red thermos flask with a traditional floral print. Feels familiar to me, as if every household is supposed to have a flask like this. Judging by the print, perhaps it was manufactured in China or the Soviet Union. On the desk sits a red... It's the same one. Same stuff. An ordinary trash can. Dig through it! There's a caretaker recruitment poster inside, crumpled into a ball. The Cincinnatus Mental Asylum is recruiting caretakers from the general public due to a shortage of staff. Males between 20 and 55 preferred. Middle school education. Those with military service history have priority. Must be strong, attentive, and able to endure hardships. Must be capable of working night shifts. The asylum hosts a canteen and a dormitory. Food, housing, and training provided. 50 hours of work per week is expected. Salary is 20 ZB per hour. Overtime rate to be discussed in person. Interested parties should contact 630-892-2056. The crude public bath opens to you. The tiles are yellowish, and the smell of piss and mold permeate the air. There aren't any stalls here. Aren't the people bothered having to expose themselves like that? Maybe it's just some sort of regional thing. A scrap of paper lies on the stool. It seems to be a page torn off a diary. Shit. I feel like the other caretakers are shutting me out. It's all that guy Adi's fault for talking nonsense, putting weird conspiracy theories into people's heads. And some people really believe in that crazy talk. Like Dong Hyun, the young guy from Korea. He's only 20-something, too young to be losing his mind with the middle-aged folks. I heard he got scared, or so scared that he can't sleep at night, and even hid a pair of scissors at the foot of his bed. What a bunch of clowns. If they have anything in them, they break the contract and never come back again. With how little we get paid, we should just work and slack off. We should just work and slack off whenever we can. Who in their right mind gives a fuck about busy work? Too much free time. That's what it is. I'm reporting them the next chance I get. Looks like it's hard to navigate workplace relationships even as a caretaker. Hold on a second. Okay, sorry. Foot of the bed. You can feel something hard and sharp in the corner of the mattress. Boink. Got a pair of scissors. Okay, so I need to go back to this one. Destroy this undershirt. Finally got it open. There's an ID in the pocket which reads Adiz Kaya, born in 1944. A bust portrait of a curly-haired woman, seemingly to be pregnant. Neatly folded bills, 5,000 in total, perhaps freshly drawn from a bank, and a long piece of string. Obviously, I cannot take the ID, the photo, or the money, but the string might come in handy. Okay, I got some string. Yo, we're going fishing! You tie the hook to the string, it's now a hook with string. Just as you're about to turn on the faucet, you see something sparkle from deep down the drain. If only I had something that could be lowered into the drain to fish it out. To avoid washing this shiny object even deeper, I should not wash my hands. Here for now. Didn't even know it was there. You carefully lowered the hook with the string into the drain. Honestly, it's difficult. Quite a challenging maneuver. Finally, it's a diary key. Alright, I got a diary key. I don't remember which room has a locked diary. Not this one. No adventure game would be complete without it. Now, if the string was only made out of hair. On the desk lies a locked diary. Open the diary. The entire diary is encrypted, written in text that I don't understand, as well as some strange formulas and symbols. But a note is attached to the final page, written in a scrawl. The handwriting is nearly illegible. The secret is hidden in the compartment between the examination room and the changing room. I covered up the entrance. Meet there at 8 o'clock today if you want to see it. Between the examination room and the changing room. Oh, I think this is the examination room. Examination room. Changing room. I think the 8 o'clock part then. So I'm not sure what I can do about that. Hold on. The cabinet is locked, but it's stocked with over-the-counter medications that you recognize. Common drugs for cold, fever, vomiting, and diarrhea. There's also bags of glucose solution for IV. Do I have anything? I have a small crowbar. Oh, you want me to combine it? The secret is hidden in the crevice between the walls of the examination room and the changing room. The entrance is blocked by something. Okay, you don't use that either. Blocked by something. Hidden in the crevice between the walls of the examination room and the changing room. It also dropped the part about the time, so that's probably not important. Can I go any further this way? Nope. I can go this way, though. A rusty iron door locked. Stairwell is barred with iron fences. And locked from the other side. Broken. Hidden in the crevice between the walls. Well, I can't get into the changing room. Oh. I have to be on this side of it to move it. The gaps between the tiles are large there. It may be possible to peel them off with bare hands. You remove the loose tiles, revealing a hole just large enough for an adult to squeeze through. There's a bony lab rat in the cage. It appears to have died recently, the corpse showing no signs of decay. Upon closer inspection, there is an obvious stitch on its belly. Is this the secret mentioned in the journal? You open the cage to take a closer look at the rat. The stitching is sloppy, breaking off as soon as you touch the corpse. Carefully prying open the wound, you realize there's something strange about its insides. The other organs seem to be intact, but its liver. A great chunk of it seems to be missing, and the gap is stuffed with a soft, shiny substance, which fills the original shape. A radio. Seems to be the source of noise. I'm not turning off just yet. A notebook with scattered pages. Most of the pages are ripped out. The contents unclear. Only some pages remain in which the owner of the notebook discusses a novel, typed on the computer, that pays homage to the Garden of Forking Paths. That was from earlier. Yeah. I come from immigrant parents and have had a passion for literature since my youth. My mother died early and my father abused me. To get away from him, I stumbled my way into society at 12 years of age, doing any work I could find. Somehow, I ended up with a gambling addiction and a hefty debt. That was why I came here, to work and pay my debt. I know using the records of the patients, or should I say, the past records of, as inspirations for my novel, isn't exactly moral, but rather than I only want the vile schemes of this asylum to be made public and be seen by all. I place my findings on between the third and fourth shower heads in the showers. The passcode is in the branch of my novel based on my life. It is well hidden out of precaution. A tool is needed to pry open the tile there. I don't know what I'm about to face. Only that I cannot turn back anymore. The note's in there. There is a passcode protected safe behind the bricks. The hint for the passcode should be the life story of Adizakaya in the diary from the hidden compartment. If I know his life story, I can find the passcode for the computer. Recalling his past, the boy would say that his childhood was made of factories. Okay, hold on. Sometimes you just get used to the bullshit. Where was the other diary at? Scrap of paper. It's all that guy D's fault for talking nonsense, putting weird conspiracy theories into people's heads. And some people really believe that talk. Was there a hole in the wall back here? Or was, you mean somewhere else? Hey, what's up? The secret is hidden in the crevice between the walls of the examination room. Got that. That's done. The one in the examination room. A notebook with scattered pages. Most of the pages are ripped out. Discusses a novel typed on the computer that pays homage to the Garden of Forking Paths. I come from immigrant parents and have a passion for literature since my youth. My mother died early and my father abused me. To get away from him, I stumbled my way into society at 12 years of age, doing any work I could find. Somehow I ended up with a gambling addiction and a hefty debt. Novel, vile schemes, showers based on... Okay, so we gotta go to the computer and put in the right information. And then we'll get a date. Let's see, the cradle stood still in the silence of the room. All was set in a gel-like substance except for the slow-growing, darkening shapes cast on the floor by the slanted rays of the setting sun. As if peering at a praying ant encased in a drop of amber, holding the same form and stance, going back billions of years. The infant in the cradle was not asleep. It gazed at the empty ceiling with wide, vacant eyes, like a plastic toy crudely made and abandoned. It was a boy. Recalling his past, the boy would say that his childhood was made of factories, roads, murky rivers, and the earth muddied by rain. Spiders hung from oak branches like extinguished festival lights. An endless, savorless dream. He rarely thinks of his parents because... His mother died giving birth to him. Because of this, his father never showed kindness toward the child who killed his wife. As far as he could remember, his father had no reservations in bestowing him with punches. He swallowed his anger, waiting for the day he reached the legal working age to leave this place forever. In order to escape from his father, two paths lay before him in his teenage years. Find work. He started looking for work without a second thought. He did all kinds of odd jobs, from loading cargo at the dock to woodwork and plumbing. Because of his diligence and his reserved demeanor, his reputation grew quickly. After that, he would start to gamble. After making some money, he wanted to live a quiet life. Everything changed after he was brought to a casino. He became addicted to the nerve-wracking excitement of the games. He lost all of his savings from work and became a few hundreds of thousands in debt. One day, he finally woke up to his errors and decided to return to doing odd jobs to pay off his debt. It was the 17th of December. There's a filthy paper bag in the safe. The bag's empty. Looks like I'm one step too late. Wait, what is this? You fish out a key from the corner of the safe with the words 3F Office written on it. Perhaps this is the key to that strange room. This is my apartment. My mother's apartment. But looking closely, it's a bit different from what I remember. Based on the way the furniture's arranged, this seems to be our home from 30 years ago. An old rag doll. Her innocent smile makes you slightly anxious. The words "made in 1953" are etched onto the tag on her neck. Pick it up. Okay. Cool. A radio that looks like it was made in the 50s. Old childhood photos of my mother and her family line the cupboard. The faces are too blurry to be recognized. Mother never told me about her life before fleeing here. It's a very realistic looking bed. Did the doll just shut up? No, it didn't. It didn't do anything. Well, is it? Okay, I got the doll. An old rag doll. The tag on the neck reads made in 1953. I think that might be it. Oh, but I can't leave. Scaling it. He's a tiny guy, all right? He's a little fella. Leave him alone. The grandfather clock is deaf and mute, as if made from stone. The time is not measured in minutes and seconds, but in months and years. Is that the... January 1950... I don't remember the date. Off. Okay, that's enough of that. 1953. We got December 1953. Baby! Goo goo gaga! Whoa! Oh, you're still here. Maybe your mom won't be coming back. Sure, she came back yesterday and the day before. But who knows? She could always get into an accident today. Your diaper is wet and you're so hungry. The young babysitter's only a child herself. Apart from basic biological needs, she won't understand that an infant also needs to be caressed and loved. Maybe you simply don't deserve those things. Bruh, I'm gonna go suck on my pacifier. Is it painful? Are you in misery? Do you want to shriek? To cry? No one will hear you. No one will answer you. Except for me. I'm your only friend. I am gonna look at her with self-pity. Confusion. What your mom needs is a child like me. One that would never cause her so much trouble. Do you want to go back? Remember when you were floating in the fluids of your mother's womb, without a care in the world? Is this a life you pictured then? It doesn't matter. There's no way out now. For many, many moments to come, you'll recall the feeble weariness you felt when this idea first crossed your mind. Now, with the feeble weariness, you wait on. I'm gonna wait. Wow, what a dick. Oh, the doll's gone. Okay. I guess none of the others do anything. Oh, a pig! A cow figurine, clumsily carved out of wood. It's crudely made, most likely by an amateur. Squiggly numbers are etched onto its belly. 1955, tin. Pick it up. October 1955. Oh, yo, what's up, cows? Shoe factory, molding factory, electronics factory. Maybe our children have names somewhere far away, with meadows, orange trees, with faces similar and distinct. Here we greet one another by the numbers behind our ears. 08761 21075 33987. Hello? Hello? Paper factory, wiring factory, furniture factory. Have you seen them? The sprawling houses of stone. They feed us and feed on us. Our milk and our blood flow through drainage pipes, to be swallowed by the river, as if the factories weep for us also. Hardware factory, printing factory, electric appliance factory. The factories decay faster than the people, but the slowest of all are the cattle, timeless and immortal, pregnant with everlasting meat and everlasting death, just like that certain mother. Motor factory, toy factory, plastic factory. Holding in her hand death's gates. Holding in her hand death's gates. Okay, she too shall be infected with death. Soon she cannot tell the bones of cows from the bones of men. A prison of meat, a maze of time. Cow tools factory. Whoa. Garment factory, knitting factory, meat processing factory. Shadows spread from beneath your feet and overlap onto hers. She says that she loves you as she'd love a human child. Bidding you farewell, she gives you the name of her son. To you, this name means everything and nothing at all. A meat cleaver. The knife doesn't seem old, but it's starting to rust. The carving on the handle reads 1954. Did that make the music louder? Maybe not. Maybe it's just me. March 1954. Remove hips, sever shanks, cut rump, part femurs, cleave joints, discard eyes. Remove hips, sever shanks, cut rump, part femurs, cleave joints, discard eyes. Remove hips, sever shanks, cut rump, part femurs, cleave joints, discard eyes. One last time. Remember the order. Remove hips, sever shanks, cut rump, part femurs, cleave joints, discard eyes. It begins. We're removing hips, and then we're cutting rumps. Nope. Remove hips, sever shanks, cut rump, part femurs, cleave joints, discard eyes. Okay, remove hips, sever shanks, cut rump, part femurs, cleave joints, discard eyes. Remove hips, sever shanks, cut rump, part femurs, cleave joints, discard eyes. Remove hips, sever shanks, cut rump, part femurs, cleave joints, discard eyes. Can I have a note? Can I have a note for this one? One last time. Remember the order. Remove hips, sever shanks, cut rump, part femurs, cleave joints, discard eyes. I forgot. It's all gone. Okay. We're gonna remove hips, cleave joints. Sever shanks. I got it. I got it this time. Don't worry. Was it cut rump? All right. Remove hips. Sever shanks. Am I cleaving joints first, or am I cutting rumps? Am I cutting rumps? Cutting rumps. And then cleaving joints. No? Part femurs? Was that even on there? Was that even on there? I didn't see it. Game must have bugged out. That's at the bottom. Okay. All right. This bit is now over. Remove hips. Sever shanks. Am I cutting rump? And then I'm parting femurs. And then cleaving joints. And I'm discarding eyes. Next one. Oh no! Come on, that was good enough. Remove hips. Sever shanks. Cut rumps. Part femurs. Cleave joints. Discard eyes. Next one. Remove hips. Sever shanks. Cut rump. Part femurs. Cleave joints. Discard eyes. Why don't you just change the order of them to one that makes sense? Huh? Alright, here we go. Removing the hips, and then severing the shanks, and cutting the rump, and then parting the femur, and then cleaving the joints, and discarding the eyes. Don't fuck up. I didn't! It was a fun time at the meat factory. Some soap? A new bar of soap. Looks like it was bought not long ago, giving off a faint jasmine scent. The year 1956 is stamped on it. Mommy, are you in there? Mommy, I can hear the water running. What happened? Mommy, it's so late. Are you not coming back to bed? I'm scared of sleeping all by myself. Mommy, what are you doing in the middle of the night in the bathroom? Can I come in? Mommy. I love you, Mommy. Can I come in? Mommy, I don't want to be alone. It's so late, and you've been in the bathroom for an hour already. Mommy, you're making me so scared. I can't fall asleep in bed all by myself. Mommy, I'm gonna come in. Can I? Mommy, I'm coming in now. Mommy? The blood on my hands. I can't wash them off. The cow's blood, the stench of their meat. No matter how much I wash and wash, and wash 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 and wash, I can't get rid of them. A medicine bottle. Inside is a large white pill. The label records a date of May 1952. Is there really nothing you can do, Doctor? I'm afraid it's too late at this stage. I'm only 22. I've seen much younger. But I'll be expelled by the School of Dance for this. I'm a foreigner. Do you know what kind of position that put me in? Then you should have kept your legs closed. I'll prescribe some pills for you, but they might not be effective, as the fetus is almost 3 months old. Is there no other way to abort it? It's against the law. And don't even think about trying anything stupid. It'll land you in jail. I understand. Thank you. Yeah, that was the general assorted heavy topics. Yo, what we got here? Oh, it's a bloody bandage. Nice, nice, nice. Question mark. Question mark. The air is filled with tiny glittering particles. Other than that, it looks like everything is back to normal. The clamshell textured statues loom in the center of the room, pillar-like and unmoving. Air from the vent passes through the small holes in their bodies with a low hum, almost like whimpers coming from within. Is that an illusion? Was that a hallucination? You feel like you just woke up from a long dream. In the vast ocean of memories, you're a ship that cannot dock. Your mind is muddled and your vision still blurry. Everything is still faded in color. Yeah, but there's a key. This seems to be the key that Dr. Aube described. Unlock from the other side. Hello? Hello? Who is this? Sorry, what were you saying? I've got bad reception here. You mean her? Surgery. The lobotomy failed? It failed. Copy that. If possible, please wait in a place where you can be easily spotted, such as the ground floor lobby. Please refrain from exiting the building. A rescue team is estimated to arrive at dawn. Over. Copy that. Over. Well, this should do it. Now's the time to report back to Dr. Alba. If he's still alive. It's been a little bit. Oh. Dr. Alba was just here. But now, other than the dried blood here, marking that he was wounded, he seems to have vanished into thin air. His elevator authorization card is left behind. Okay. Did it do it? No. No response. In the dim light, the card reader on the side reminds you that you do not have authorization to use this large, cumbersome machine. The elevator is it malfunctioning? Mom? For the longest of times, you sit with yourself. For the longest of times, in the pouring rain and the white night, only your shadow rises in your place. Though the white wall is supposed to be through. Though the white wall, it walks into the mountains. Footprints cover footprints. Scars overlap scars. Someday, all the salt shall be returned to sea, and tears will never again be taken by the eye. Sleepy. When did I pass out in this inky darkness? I don't know, and I no longer care. I remember now. Mom died of organ failure while in her vegetative state not long after. I'm the only one left now, after all. There seems to be a shiny object on the floor. It's a severed finger. adorned with a wedding ring. Yo, score! Nice. A snack. I guess he doesn't want it. According to the layout of the building, both the east and west wing should be the patient's rooms. A printer, a relatively new model, but no matter what button you press, it utters no response. A computer. Yeah, let's go. Email time, baby. Plastinated models turning foul. While we were plasticating the recent influx of donated brains, staff members of the museum made mistakes during the dehydration and defat process, resulting in rotting and foul smells. Therefore, the plastinated models cannot be used for medical analysis. We will punish the related staff members for this incident. Xiao King Li. Best Employee of the Month. Rigged! Why did the assistant Xiao King Li get awarded Best Employee again this month? We have a hard job managing the medical museum as well. A group of barely grown students were on me. They were shining flashlights on the exhibition pieces. I didn't know what they were up to, so I denied them access to the museum. It turns out they later snuck into my office, hacked into my PC, and graffitied my private password on the wall by the elevator. Bunch of hooligans. It took a lot of water-soluble paint to barely cover it. Don't tell anyone else, but my guess is that Xiao King Li has been sleeping around with the higher-ups. Why else does she get all the advantages? Anonymous. A-level executive staff. No access. B. No access. C. Oh. Oh, I need the password. Piss. The toilet seems clogged, but evidently that wasn't enough to discourage people from using it. The bowl is filled to the brim with dark yellow urine, smelling strongly of ammonia. Wait. Was that an intrusive thought? Logic tells me that if I press the flush button, what happens after will make me regret it for the rest of my life. I should just close the lid. Out of sight, out of mind. Okay. Oh, some words seem to be scribbled on the toilet lid with a permanent marker. That cunt, Mrs. Kozlov, threw me out. Such a fat-ass bitch. People have such awful manners even here. A clean basin with a bar of soap. Sure. It doesn't help much, but the anxiety from your mild germophobia has eased a bit after you cleaned your hands of grime. Oh, I didn't check the giant center door. It seems that the asylum also hosts the Cincinnati Museum of Psychiatric History. The exhibition was housed in a museum in the city center during the 70s, open to the public, but the curator could not keep the downtown museum afloat, which is why everything was relocated to this asylum. Presently, the exhibition is only available to staff, medical students, and researchers. The plastinated brain of a depressive patient. The donor has the initials JL and comes from the town of Kodum. Donation made in 1964. Doesn't look any different from a normal brain to me. The plastinated brain of a schizophrenic patient. The donor has the initials TW, comes from the town of Tiru. Donation made in 1971. Doesn't look any different from a normal brain to me. The plastinated brain of a bipolar patient. The donor has the initials GB and comes from the town of Misla. Donation made in 1974. Doesn't look any different from a normal brain to me. A stack of blank paper. Sure, why not? There's a visitor registry. It keeps record of the name, workplace, and visiting date of each visitor to the museum. Most of them are students, none that I'm familiar with. The entrance gate is shut tight, and inconspicuous cameras mounted on top of it. I remember my workplace used something similar. It was supposed to recognize faces, but the technology was so primitive that you could pass the scan with a photograph. Peek in from the window, everything's dark, but this should be the staff canteen. I don't plan to explore it. There shouldn't be anything of importance. I have blank paper. Can I wet the paper? You know, that's an idea. Why not? It doesn't look like it. I'm not sure how I do get water back there. Miss Kozlov threw me out. Can I piss on the wall? Nadia Kozlov. Oh. Hold on, let me show me that finger one more time. Okay, nothing. Got it. But no, I don't think pissing on the wall is an option. Good idea. JL TW GB gay baby. Wow. I can't go down a floor. The elevator has malfunctioned. Here on the first floor. I can come to the second floor. The way is barred to go back up. This way is locked. This way is locked. I currently only have a piece of paper. This way, also locked. Here we have the bathroom. I've looked at everything in here. GBTWJL, I think. GBTWJL? None of them. So no luck there. I guess it also has nothing to do with his finger. I have no idea what to do with the blank paper. Maybe I can put it in the printer. No matter what button you press, it utters no response. Okay. It's not for the printer. Maybe it's for the printer later. Maybe we'll be able to print out their photo so we can get in the room. TW. JL. Yeah. Oh, what about this one? There's a dry towel in the flower pot. Okay. We gotta go dip it in the piss, I think. Wet the dry towel in the sink. Oh, in the sink. You can do in the sink too. I did say by the elevator, right? Shining a flashlight on the exhibition pieces. I didn't know what they were up to, so I denied them access to the museum. Snuck into my office, hacked into my PC, and graffitied my private password on the wall by the elevator. Oops. Oh. Wipe the water-soluble paint from the wall with the wet towel. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fine. Oh wait, wrong person. Hold on. It's from Anonymous. Okay, so who manages the museum? House in a museum. I believe. Personnel records. Not really anything of use. Profile picture. Please initiate fingerprint identification. Fingerprint identification? I didn't expect security to be this tight. Where do I find Mrs. Kozlov's fingerprint? You should just let me collect that finger. Huh? It feels cold and rigid. I've never touched a human corpse before, let alone part of one. Gah. You swallow your nausea and pick up the severed finger. Alright, just jam it in the floppy drive. Fingerprint identification successful. The printer is ready for use. Please insert blank paper. The finger really belongs to Mrs. Kozlov. Don't know where she is now, or if she's still alive. You've acquired a printed photo. Okay. You should be able to use the photo on the camera. Theoretically, the door should open if I put this printed photo of Nadia Kozlov under the scanner. Okay, the door to the Museum of Psychiatric History is unlocked. Hold on just a second. I need to evaporate. One moment, please. Okay, there we go. This doesn't seem to be the Museum of Psychiatric History. The hallucinations of me and my mother's past are reappearing. The odd thing is, even though I should want to recall everything about my mother, but for some reason, somewhere in my subconsciousness, I fear as though I'll know too much. Anna Othman, a retrospective. This exhibition documents the tumultuous life and death of a contemporary dance artist, Anna Othman. Anna Othman was born into a strict and wealthy family in West Asia. She fled from home at the age 16 to a small country in Eastern Europe, studying modern dance under the secret patronage of her uncle. Othman was forced to give up her studies in light of an accidental pregnancy after she was groomed by a professor. It was also then that the death of her uncle left her with no financial support. For the next 6 years, Othman worked in the local meat processing plant, until she was institutionalized in a psychiatric facility due to her mental illness. From there, her condition steadily deteriorated, and she spent the remainder of her life in a small ward. This retrospective exhibition displays a collection of 7 art pieces relevant to her tragic fate. Please remember to read the label next to each artwork for a detailed description. I think this is exactly the same. Photograph number... well, let me read the thing first. The Ghost of My Past and I, 1932 to 1947. A collection of family photographs from the childhood and adolescence of Anna Othman. Artistic alterations are made as to ensure anonymity. The viewer is encouraged to interact with the photographs and interpret their meaning through tactile sensation. Touch the photograph. The cutout parts of the photograph are replaced with what seem like concrete, rocks, and yarn. The cutout parts of the photograph are replaced with what seem like linen. Shut the fuck up! I don't even know what I said. I don't even know what I said. Touch the photograph. The cutout parts of the photograph are replaced with what seem like rusted metal. The cutout parts of the photograph are replaced with what seem like tree bark. The cutout parts of the photograph are replaced with what seem like dried grass. Alright, was that enough time for you to interpret? Well, too bad. We're moving on. Dancer, 1948 to 1951. An installation consisting of a mountain of used point shoes, numbering in the thousands, as well as a photograph and filmography of Anna Othman during her days at the School of Dance. Whoa. Wow. Stop. Stop. Do not. There's a rotoscope videotape inside labeled 1950 728. Play the videotape? Sure. Hell yeah. Mother, 1952. An interactive installation that consists of a hollow marble statue in the form of a pregnant mother and a microphone at one's chest level. Hey, what's up, David? Just going through some trauma, that's all. Baby! That's me! A microphone at the level of your chest. Press your chest to the microphone. The Waning of Childhood, 1954. An interactive installation piece composed of a large monochrome photo, black gauze, and black ink. The viewer is encouraged to interact with the exhibition. Remove the black gauze over the photograph using your hands. Oops. No, over. The Things We're Unwilling to Mention, 1958. Question mark. It seems that something was removed from here, and here, and here. That was so loud, it scared me. The Absence, 1986. An installation piece composed of old clothing and multiple mirrors. It evokes how after the death of Anna Othman, the absence of her body continues to linger in her possessions like a ghost. In the mirror, you're wearing your mother's dress, your face obscured. Your mother's old clothes are heaped on the floor. The hollow in the midst has the shape of a human. A Seated Casket, 1986. An installation composed of a worn wooden chair and an acoustic sensor device. Near her death, Anna Othman spent most of her time seated on this chair. Upon approaching the chair, the sound it emits is a reflection of her inner landscape. I like the coughs. Those are good. Were we talking about lobotomies yesterday too? Something feels familiar. The hallucinations seem to have ended. This should be the real museum of psychiatric history. I can't make sense of everything I just saw. I have a feeling that these hallucinations are trying to tell me something. Something I don't understand, and in some ways, I'm too afraid to understand. Welcome to the Cincinnatus Museum of Psychiatric History. This exhibition documents the progress of psychiatry from classical antiquity to modern times. Like all fields of medicine, psychiatry is domain constantly evolving from barbarianism to civilization. Weird sentence. A process that can be observed through the dozens of artifacts in this exhibition. Oh, cool boat. I sure hope it's not full of fools. Did you know, Wade, that in the medieval times, people like us weren't locked away behind walls? They were driven onto a ship, doomed to wander eternally, from city to city, from waters to waters. Those vessels were called the Narrenschiff, the ship of fools. Don't you find a life like that enticing? As you lay your eyes on the statue, a hazy visage of a young man springs forth from the depth of your mind. Who is he? You feel as though he was someone deeply important to you. Someone you met here, right here, in this vast, mysterious, fog-shrouded asylum. Maybe he's a young man from room 302. A thought quietly settles itself in your mind. There are things that, should you fail to recall before you leave this place behind, will be irrevocably lost for the rest of your life. Ship of Fools, woodcut. Ship of Fools. Oh, sorry, I've pressed everything on this wall but the things you can read. Metallic restraints, 17th, 18th centuries, designated to subdue patients with aggressive behavior by means of mechanical restraint. Also deployed on prisoners with certain offenses. The whirling chair, late 18th century. One of the many devices developed to calm overexcited patients through physical exhaustion. Well, looks real fun. Leather restraints, early 19th century. Device that restrains patients in mania. Moral treatment, early 18th century. A Quaker family proposed and established the first asylum in Yorkshire, England. The Tuke family was convinced that peace can be bestowed on a troubled psyche through what was named moral treatment, proximity to nature, regularity of routine, and an environment of tranquility and kindness. The York retreat was built to house 30 patients. It boasted extraordinary results since its opening in 1796. Many patients in early stages of illness were discharged after significant improvement and even complete recovery. William Tuke. A worn notebook lies on the ground. It looks like it's been here for a long time, probably due to the museum's lack of proper maintenance. Flip through it. The first half is ordinary study notes, nothing special about it. The last few pages were evidently used to pass notes to a desk mate. Sloppy handwriting. Ever heard of the rumors about the Cincinnati Psychiatric Museum? Nope, what rumors? The museum didn't shut down because of funding problems. The stuff here that used to be on display in the city center like a decade ago all came from a private collection. Apparently it belonged to this one old weird lady. What's so special about her? She was really tall and always wore expensive pinstripe suits. She was a recluse too, never attended any big events or anything. I heard she used to be a combat medic back in World War II. Used to preserve dead soldiers' bodies before they got shipped around. Seems she liked the job so much that she kept a bunch of preserved animals in her house, even after she retired. What a psycho. So she just abandons the house and the museum one day, vanished into thin air. When people came in to clear out her house, they didn't just find animal corpses. Turns out she also keeps loose human body parts in her basement. Holy shit, then what? They autopsied the bodies and saw that they all been tied up and abused and stuff. She kept a bunch of severed limbs on display, but all their valuable organs were missing. And all the valuable organs were gone. Wait, what? Yep. The police thought they were sold in the black market or something. The really disturbing thing is that all the teeth had been removed from the bodies, and no one can find them. It's fucking terrifying. There's more. People later found out that certain collections here display strange markings under UV light. Also, there's just the fact that everything here smells like rot. There are people that say that it's just because the animal specimens here were processed poorly, but others think that it's because the psycho kept all those missing teeth right here, in the exhibition. With a story like that, I'm not surprised the museum isn't open to the public anymore. How much of the story do you reckon's true? Who knows? I got my hand on a UV flashlight. I say let's figure it out ourselves. And the note's in there. I remember that there were a lot of news covering psychopaths back then. It's hardly surprising that people started coming up with urban legends like these. Yeah, that was phrased a little weird. Frankly, the stuff exhibited here go right over my head. I'm no medical professional. I can't possibly understand all this. Right? I'll just keep looking at things that pique my interest. The Narrenschiff, Fool's Tower. Constructed under Emperor Joseph II of the Holy Roman Empire, situated alongside the Vienna General Hospital, the oldest modern general hospital in Europe. The Asylum Movement, 1820s. The Asylum Movement gained traction in the 1820s. Over the next 70 years, hundreds of asylums were constructed across Europe and America for the accommodation of destitute lunatics. The material condition of the asylums were significantly better than that of most patients' own residence, since the principles of moral treatment dictated that asylums to be expensive and spacious, far away from the bustle of urban centers. They were often located in high and windy ground due to contemporary theory of mists and miasmas being the cause of disease. Waxwork of unnamed patient, 19th century. The waxwork figure of a middle-aged woman acquired from the Zimbabwe Nation Institution. Her facial features are reminiscent of those found in Down syndrome patients. Medical instruments, early 20th century. Can I look at them? I mean, I can see them. They're little pixels, but... syringes and surgical scissors from the Narrenschiff in Vienna. No. Georgia State Sanatorium, 1937. The largest state mental hospital in the United States of America, located in Milledgeville. At its peak in 1950, it housed over 10,000 patients. Items of entertainment. Under the moral treatment, patients in the retreat were often permitted entertainment such as chess and cards. The non-restraint movement, 19th century. The start of the asylum movement coincided with a trend towards human rights in England and America. It was emphasized, especially in England, that patients are to be treated with as little physical restriction as possible. The physician superintendent at Hanwell Asylum, John Connolly, became a leading proponent of managing patients without straitjackets or chains. He was insistent that the value of a calm and well-trained staff and preferred isolation as a method to tranquilize patients. The birth of psychiatry, mid to late 19th century. The collection of states that came to make up modern Germany were rivals of each other and characterized by local centers of government with prestigious universities and institutions. There were several culturally and linguistically linked, but independent centers of innovation: Munich, Berlin, Vienna, Zurich. From these came the great founding fathers of modern psychiatry: Grissinger, Morrell, Alzheimer, Kraepelin, Freud, and Jung. German psychiatrist, pioneer of modern psychiatric nosology. What? Extremely influential in its evolution. Kraepelin studied under Wilhelm Wundt and was the first to separate schizophrenia from bipolar disorder. This separation remains relevant to this day. H.J. Eisg's Encyclopedia of Psychology identifies him as the founder of modern scientific psychiatry, psychopharmacology, and psychiatric genetics. Eugen Bleuler first coined the term schizophrenia in 1911. He saw schizophrenia as primarily a dysfunction of mood and reason, and a tendency to withdraw from intimate relationships. He viewed the hallucinations and delusions as the attempt of a schizophrenic patient to make sense of these dysfunctional experiences. Austrian neurologist, psychoanalyst, and influential thinker, the founder of psychoanalysis. Works include The Interpretation of Dreams, 3 essays on the theory of sexuality, Totem and Taboo. He is known for concepts such as the unconscious, the id, ego, and superego. And the Oedipus complex, and is hailed as the father of psychoanalysis. Yep, did say that before too. Electroconvulsive therapy, 1938. Electroconvulsive therapy, often shortened to ECT, is a psychiatric treatment in which a seizure is electrically induced in order to stimulate the brain. It is performed as treatment for major depressive disorder, bipolar disorder, and catatonia, usually when medication and talk therapy prove ineffective. ECT can be administered bilaterally or unilaterally, while the bilateral method is further categorized as bitemporal and bifrontal. In bitemporal placement, the current is directed toward both temporal lobes, with the electrodes placed on both temples. In unilateral placement, the electrode is most commonly placed only on the right temple. Electroconvulsive therapy, 1960. Lobotomy, 1930s. A form of neurosurgical treatment that severs connective tissue in the brain's prefrontal cortex. It was most widely performed in the 1930s to the 50s as treatment for psychiatric disorders and was the first type of psychosurgery in history. This procedure was awarded the Nobel Prize for Physiology or Medicine in 1949 and still practiced by certain medical institutions in this country. You suddenly feel your heart tighten. Instruments of lobotomy, 1935. The main surgical instruments used to perform a lobotomy consist of an ice pick and a small hammer. The pick is used during operations to penetrate the brain through the upper eye socket, fracturing corresponding nerves. It seems to be an anatomical diagram on the procedure of lobotomy. The psychopharmacology revolution, mid to 20th century. The development of mid 20th century. I don't know why I read it like that. Mid 20th century. The development of modern psychiatric drugs is in acceleration. In the present era, there is a range of drugs covering most recognized mental disorders. Of course, there is no miracle pill that can cure all patients with a specific disorder. But with careful deliberation, drug treatment can improve the condition of most mentally ill patients. Chlorpromazine, 1952. The discovery of antipsychotic medication. Imipramine. The discovery of antidepressant medication. Lithium carbonate, 1968. The discovery of anti-manic medication. The human nerve system, 1966. A complete specimen of the human nervous system, donated by an anonymous woman from Norway. Cool. Cross-section of the brain, 1972. A cross-section of a brain of Alzheimer's disease, donated by J.W. from Poland. Cross-section of the brain, 1981. A cross-section of a brain with autism, donated by K.L. from Hungary. Cross-section of the brain, 1975. A cross-section of a brain with dissociative amnesia, donated by FF from Belgium. The future of psychiatry, neuroscience. Our understanding of the functioning of the brain will continue to advance. Driven by increasingly potent tools in modeling and measuring the activities of the brain, neuroscience will emerge as the next important field of biomedical research. And then a skeleton pops out! This seems to be where unexhibited human specimens are stored. The pungent smell of formalin is rich in the confined space. I don't want to spend any more time here than necessary. There's an unzipped leather bag on the floor. Someone seems to have left it there in a hurry. Sure. There are some pens, notebooks, and elementary medical textbooks. It must have belonged to a student. Wait, what's this? You found a UV flashlight. Sure. I'll steal it. Woo! Ah! Wrinkly, faded human bits and medical instruments litter the table. You feel a shiver crawl up your spine and refuse to look too closely. To use the UV flashlight, please press Z to interact with the exhibits directly. Something seems to be hidden here. 1-1 is marked in the corner. Perhaps there's only one part to this puzzle. The Roman numeral 4 is engraved next to it. Is it a hint to the fourth number? The writing on it reads, Mirror Neuron. Hold on. Door's locked. Twist it open. Seems to be locked. On closer inspection, however, you see the signs of corrosion from chemical substances. With the appropriate tool, the lock should give way. Nothing. Something seems to be hidden here. 3 is marked in the corner. Perhaps there are 3 parts to this puzzle. Okay, hold on. Let's just go all the way back. Nothing. Okay, something seems to be hidden here. 2-3 is marked in the corner. Perhaps there are 3 parts to this puzzle. Okay. So it's just a grid? Only one neuropsychologist is telling the truth. The Roman numeral 2 is engraved next to it. Is this a hint to the second number? 1-4 is marked in the corner. Perhaps there are 4 parts to this puzzle. There's no hidden text, but there seems to be a box made of iron mounted in the pedestal. It requires a passcode. Nothing. Okay. Something seems to be hidden here. Okay, I haven't found 1-3 yet. That seems to be a bush by a fence. And that's the sheep and the guy. But that says B. 6. That's probably it. Not B. 6. Okay. Oh, it's still very confusing. I'm a little unsure. I'm gonna save this for me. Okay. Okay. So 9, 8, and 6. So 9 is at 2G. 8 is 1E. And then 6 is 1D. And I don't know what to do with that. Maybe the other one would clarify. Two 4 is marked in the corner, so this is the other ones. Let's do one at a time. Something seems to be hidden here. 1, 2 is marked in the corner. Perhaps there are 2 parts to this puzzle, so then there's another one. And it's pointed to 1? There seem to be some markings here. The parameter of this device is adjustable. Okay. Per second? I don't know if that's right. Because that just shows like a clock, right? Huh. Well, for some reason it has seconds at the top. So I was thinking that maybe this would be 5 instead of just 1 if it was seconds. So I think it's the one that I had it on, but then I pressed the wrong button and it reset it. Was it 3? So I think it's 3. But there's no feedback right now. Maybe it's something you have to solve all at once. Blueler is lying. Okay. Freud is lying. Okay, so then what's the rest of the grid mean then? So which one do I need? Hold on. Something seems to be hidden here. Oh, this is a different part too. 1-3 is marked in the corner. Perhaps there are 3 parts to this puzzle. Oh no. Hold on. So yeah, it is a chessboard. Uh-oh. This maybe got too complicated for me. And that is at... What is that? E1? Is that E1? E1? So 9, 8, 6. Hold on a second. I need something to write on so I can keep track of all these parts. I mean, I guess I can just pull up a paint thingy. Hold on. And copy this. Okay. And then let me go back to this one. So the starting position is E1. It's not very good. E1, and then and then it has 9 on this, and then 8 in the starting position, and then 6 here. Liking the music? I hope so, because you're probably gonna be listening to it for a little bit longer. Okay, so this one is Blue is lying, and then this one is Freud is lying. Okay. And then this one is okay. So if both are lying, then that would mean that Blur is telling the truth, that Freud is lying. Wait, no, that's not how that works. But I don't know how you use the chessboard to figure out the order here. I don't even know what chess piece this is. Is that, which one's the blue one normally? That's Robert. Oh, thank you. All right. Hold on, we gotta do a... It's a rook. Okay. All right, so if that's a rook, then maybe... And it needs to go to, I guess, D1 and G2? I don't know what the, I don't understand what the numbers on the grid mean now. And this one was 1 of 1. 1-1 is marked in the corner. Perhaps this is only one part of the puzzle. The Roman numeral 4 is engraved next to it. Is this a hint to the 4th number? The writing on it reads, Mirror Neuron. This is called Narrenschiff. So wait, hold on. Where are these? A sentence appeared in the device. Only one neuropsychologist is telling the truth. The Roman numeral 2 is engraved next to it. Is this a hint to the 2nd number? 1 of 4. So are all of these used in this same... That doesn't make sense. But this is the only place to enter any numbers. Three parts to this puzzle. Oh, okay. So I think I might be overcomplicating this like a dummy. So this one is 8. And I think Then what is... Okay, this one I'm related. Okay, so I think this one is 3. But this is 3, 4 marked in the corner. Perhaps there's 4 parts of this puzzle. I don't know where this one's used. But I have this one in... Hold on. Okay, Roman numeral 2. So I have 3, 8. Was this one over here 1? Okay, 1. This one is also really confusing. Is it? I think it might. I think it's supposed to be 3. So I have 3, 3, 8, and then. What was the 4th one? Oops, sorry, clicked out of the game. Okay, yeah. The Roman numeral 4 is engraved next to it. The hint is the 4th number. This is mirror neuron. One, 7, 6, 3, 7, 9. And there's only, this is it. This is the only part of this puzzle. I guess you're right. What does it say in the plaque of this one? The human nervous system, 1966. A complete specimen of the human nervous system, donated by an anonymous woman from Norway. And all it says is mirror neuron, and I don't know what that... Because it's like adding the numbers together is more than 1 digit. Um, and this is the only part of the puzzle, so I don't think anything else is used besides this. Hold on. I think it's 5. I think it's just 5. Let's go find out. What does the math? It adds up to 555. That, I don't know if that makes sense though. Doesn't make sense. It's not 3 either. So that there's so many parts of this that could be wrong. Okay. I'm tempted to do four. I'm pretty sure this one is right. Because the and here makes that correct. I don't think the first one is 3. Wait, this one? Oh no, that's the last one. That's the last one. Okay, so this just shows a watch pointing to 1. So, what ones? It's 3. So 3 is the one that I had that one set to. I'm gonna try 4 real quick. It is what? Swallowing your unease, you carefully remove its contents. False alarm. You only find a lockpick and a pouch of marijuana. So this urban legend turns out to be nothing more than codes and riddles left behind by thieves and drug dealers from more than a decade ago. The lockpick might come in handy though. I should keep it. Looking at the marijuana, you can't help but recall your own teenage years. What was the last time you smoked this stuff? Ever since the ban from more than a decade ago? I don't know if the contents are still usable. Investigate further. I no longer do weed. Yes. You feel something hard hidden in the weed pouch. It's human teeth. You drop the pouch in your hands with an uncontrollable shiver. The teeth keep it fresh. Is this the appropriate tools? Okay. It's been a while since I saved. I wasn't expecting this game to be this long. It might be that I'm really bad. Upon entering the room, you feel the temperature plummet. It's much colder here, and crossing the threshold felt like you were setting foot into a silent, abandoned cemetery. The white statues remind you of tombstones. There's a faint smell of chemicals and rust lingering in the air. A key lies on the ground. It seems to have fallen from the pocket of the corpse. The label reads second floor, east wing. The clock is already damaged beyond repair, and yet something on the clock's face caught your eye. The hands of the clock are intact. Their surface is coated with a metallic yet soft and silk-like substance. Speaking of clock hands, I just remembered that the clock in my room hasn't got any hands. Someone deliberately removed them. There must be a reason for that. Take the clock hands? Sure. Why not? Turn on the tape recorder. It seems to be an audio recording made in this room some time ago. Incredible. They latch on to common household objects. Secretion. Inducing hallucination through inhalation. Mostly from the memory pool of those infested. But those that, to a timepiece, appear to understand the concept of a timepiece. As if time is a language mutually shared. Apart from imitating organic structures from Earth, they also seem to consciously attempt to replicate and communicate to the infested. Events that took place within limited range of the timepiece. The audio recording ends here. What were they talking about? That something latches onto timepieces can recreate events that happened in the room? There's so much that I need to understand. The vivid recurring hallucinations, the calcified corpses, the things that Dr. Alba said before he disappeared, the lab rat between the walls and the vile schemes the caretaker's journal claimed this institution was perpetrating, not to mention that mysterious young man from room 302. Other than my amnesia, I seem to be doing just fine. How did I end up here in the first place? The rescue team is arriving at dawn, so I've got a few hours to kill. If what the recorder said is true, then all I have to do is go back to that room and install the clock hands. That could give me the answers I'm searching for. Door is locked. 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 The wing of the building. Is the corridor normally this long? The door is locked. I'm gonna skip that one. Door is locked. Door is locked. It was probably that one back there. Something feels off. You gotta go back. Do you remember how many doors ago it was? I'll just have to check them all again because I've already forgotten. There was no funeral when my mother died. Her death didn't really sink in until after I saw her portrait in front of me. Oh, need this. The photograph appears out of nowhere, as if it had been taken to serve this exact purpose, foreshadowing what was about to happen. And now it's replaced my mother, freezing her fading face into that of a calm, nameless woman who evokes a slight familiarity. Just a little guy. She never gazed at me this long. Down? Wowzers. I like the horse. I'm gonna go in horse. She never gazed at me this long. Okay. Oh, I thought I said she never grazed this long. I've only seen such a gaze in ancient statues, looking through my flesh, aiming at things I cannot see. Ear. It was then I realized that she now belonged forever to the museums and tombs, to the kingdom of the deceased. Basilisk. This one I'm not sure about. Fucked up. The ancient Awuga eyes. Alright. It was then I realized that she now belonged forever to the museums and tombs, to the kingdom of the deceased. And what was the last one? Damn. Okay, well... That's okay. I'm sure this is how this was meant to be solved, through brute force. Alright. Oh, certainly. It's this one. I'm sorry, I don't know what that one is. For the first time since her death, the whispers in my head stopped. Got a pencil? Oh, no. I don't. There we go. At night, all images were silent. In the darkness, I could hear no words but the heavy heartbeats of the dead. I hung a mirror next to the portrait. When I could no longer gaze at my mother, I would gaze at myself instead. Oops, I held the button down too long. I thought, the living are the abyss, the dead are the sun. The former dangerously draws all eyes to it. The latter makes it difficult to look long. Only they can gaze at the audience, transcendently, with no guilt. But all I can do is just simply look away. You're in pain, aren't you? I know. You remembered, and you will again live forever in your guilt. If you hadn't signed the form and consented to the operation, your mother might still be alive in this world. No, you don't understand. You never will. For a long time, the medication slowly stopped working. She was worse than anyone could possibly imagine. She needed this. Did she need this, Wade? Or did you? Have I ever played Dark Cloud? I don't think so. No. Who are you? This voice in my head. You were there from the start. From the very start. Followed my every step, and you wouldn't shut up. Are you the ghost of my deceased mother? He got God basemented. You're right. Oh my god. Hey, low laugh. Ooh, hoo, hee, haha. Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm so loud. Thank you. No, Wade. I'm not Anna. You'll be needing me, Wade. I'll never leave your side until the very end. There is a gaping hole in the ceiling of the room, and a sturdy-looking ladder directly below it. This gaping hole was meant for me. Are we on the right floor now? It's been so long since I've been up here. You feel as though the person who lived there was very important to you. You remember that it was a young man, but his name and face escape you just now. Only the tick-tock of the clock persists, like the echo of someone's footsteps, forever pacing back and forth over the same spot. The missing clock hands turn the hours into a riddle. Inside this dark, narrow room, time seems to have been imprisoned. Here you go. That looked like the Stardew Valley grip of it. Shut up. The clock hands are rewinding rapidly. It did kind of. The sideways one, yeah. Just a little bit. Dang. I think this is really good. I'm so tired. Things were hectic today. Right. So this is my first time in the section chief's office. He wanted me to copy some data files. Oh no. This must be insert my authorization card. Odd. I can't find the files that he wanted anywhere. Could it be this one? What is this? The text above is smudged due to poor preservation. And you believe that your twins were not conceived naturally. Yes, please believe me. In 1959, I went to that lake in my hometown, the one that was forbidden from entry. I was 3 weeks pregnant then, but I was so young. I didn't know any better. I thought the folklores and legends were just old wives' tales. Don't you agree? Accursed lovers turn into stone in each other's embrace. Jesus Christ returning from the grave with eternal life. Bird beasts of Slavic myths bring tempests to the waters. I didn't believe in any of it. Isn't science the one and only answer in this world? They could send people to space now, out into the space. But when I walk into the lake, that was when I knew that there were still things in our world that science can't possibly explain. Can you describe in detail what happened? I just wanted to take a bath. I felt hot. The woods were pitch black. But for some reason, for all the times I walked in that grove, for all those critters and animals I've grown familiar with, there was only dead silence within 20 meters from the lake. There wasn't even the rustle of leaves from the wind. I didn't think too much of it. I took off my socks and shoes and stepped into the water, but it felt nothing like water. It was something sort of dense, some dense and silky substance. And in a flash, the dark surface of the lake became like mercury. It was like a mirror reflecting the entire night sky, as if you aren't stepping into the lake, but into the sky itself. And then, the most horrifying thing, a glimmering light suddenly sprung from the lake, just a few meters away. Its figure flickered. You have to believe my eyes. As she approached me, I saw the Virgin Mary holding a candle. But before that, she was shifting, almost like there were some There were some I don't know of, but I think they might all be some kind of deities. She spoke first in Polish or something like that. I couldn't understand. And then she started speaking a language that I know, but there was something off about her tone, almost like a foreigner. No, like someone imitating speech who's utterly ignorant of the concept of language. What did you say? Your Virgin Mary? Or what did she say? Sorry, I might have read that wrong. She said that she needs me to bear her children, but her manner of speech was strange, and her expression was rigid, and even the texture of her skin was unlike human flesh. Sometimes she almost seemed like a machine, a puppet. Half of her face would suddenly contort itself, while the other half remained perfectly natural. Most importantly, I felt as if her perspective was wrong. As she approached me, her head appeared frighteningly large, so much so that I could only see a single facet of the sphere, as if it was from a completely distorted plane. Like I was looking at her through a warped gravity. I was so scared I wanted to run away. And then, God, she seized me by my hand. She was so cold and with a strange texture. It was like being touched by a desert. And then I had this almost out-of-body feeling. In a split second, I could see out of the back of my head and feel every bone in my body. And they were transforming, branching extra joints. The scenery around me became outlandish. I saw so many fragments of my own memory flash by, yet they were foreign. It was as if I were the spectator of myself. The heavens and the earth displaced one another, twisting and turning in fantastical ways. I saw human faces materializing on the surface of giant planets. I saw birds laying innumerable eggs engulfed in flames, like a whole sky of meteors. I was so afraid that I couldn't remember how I shouted yes to her. The visions all disappeared when Our Lady let go of my hand. How'd you escape? I collapsed onto the ground, and the Virgin, she started to discolor. Her skin melted away like paint. I could see the glow of her organs and her nervous system. Then those also faded into the night and vanished. I ran back. Weeks later, I found out I was pregnant with twins. When they were born, well, you already know. Their heads were connected. The text below is smudged due to poor preservation. What is this? Freaky. Was this some kind of science fiction? Wait, the authorization card. This isn't my authorization card? Now that I think about it, I found this card in the elevator this morning. Someone must have dropped it. I picked it up thinking it was mine, and used it without checking. My own card is still in my pocket. Oh no. I saw things I shouldn't have. What was that, though? Guess somebody started passing company time by writing sci-fi. Good. I found what I needed to copy. Better get out before anybody sees me. View the extra contents? Sure, go ahead. What do you got? Yo! Sick! Hello, pleased to meet you. I'm the main character for Narrenschiff, Wade. This is my first time being a protagonist, playing out a very memorable part of my life. I'd be lying if I said I was not nervous, but I hope you enjoyed the game. Although it's a full 2 hours of gameplay, a little over. You might be confused by the plot so far, but I promise all the foreshadowing will be reclaimed in the future. Some new characters will also appear in later chapters, some whom are very dear to me. I look forward to meeting you again soon. Hello, I'm Edgar, the creator of this game. I made everything except music and sound effects. This game was made after I self-taught RPG maker MZ for only a week, and started on this big project after a practice piece. The total development time took about 6 months. Although a lot of people advised me not to attempt a long-term project as a beginner, but because of some things that happened, I feel that there's so many unexpected things that could happen in life. So I want to make a start on the things that I want to do when I can still create. If you have dreams of your own, put them into action as soon as you can. But for now, this game is purely funded by me working the commissions and the support from my partner. And because the story will involve LGBT content, it's probably impossible to find publishers in China. So if you like this game and can make a donation, there's their link, kofi.com/edgar0119. I would be very grateful for the support. If you can't donate, adding my game to the Steam wishlist is also very helpful. Just search for Narrenschiff on Steam. And I've had some very nice people who want to help me translate the game into other languages, but the localization is a lot of work, and I'll probably only start working on that when the game is completely finished. So I'm going to leave my contacts here. You can find me at those places. Don't hesitate to DM or anything. I'll be so happy to know your opinion on this game. In the end, I would like to thank the people who provided me valuable technical support. Thank you for playing. Hope we meet again in the future. So I believe this was a Chinese game that ended up getting translated. The whole page for Narrenschiff is in Chinese. I don't know when it actually got translated. I actually don't know how old this game is. Hello, I'm Musui, the music and sound effects producer for the game. I'm a good friend of Edgar. Weibo, personal website. Hope you can learn more about me through my work. I really love rock climbing, and I recommend everyone give it a try. I'm going right now! Walk to the right to end the game. I want to play on the computer. There is only one game installed. It's about Old Man Yowie and communism! Yo! That sounds pretty good. Small cabinet that seems familiar to you. Here's a photo of a family of 3. But yeah, I think this is really good. Made me a little sad at parts. I look forward to playing some more of this. This is just chapter 1 of it. I don't know when this game was last updated. I didn't actually check to see how old it is. It's been on my downloads for like a year now. It's well over a year that this came out. But that's it. Give me a moment. I'm gonna take a quick break. I'll be back. I guess we got time for one other game. One other game. I'll be back in just a minute. Hold on.